Listen, this is all I'm going to say. If they're not showing you the good, the bad, and the ugly, then don't pay for their school. Hint, hint. Don't buy nothing unless it's reputable. People that have been in the business for 30, 20, even 10 years. I mean, some of these guys building stuff, literally they wash houses for a year and then started building things. And they want to sell it to you because they know it works, because they're confident. But don't be buying no school for $300 from somebody who's not showing you nothing but washing their neighbors' patios and flip-flops. That's all I'm going to say about that. Alright, so I got some work done. So, got everything mounted. This is what I was talking about with the cam lock setup. So that way when I come to a house, I just got to mess with this. We'll see how that works. I had to tighten it with a wrench anyway, so that's not going to help. But we'll see how that works. But that way I can just take it off whenever. And then it comes right into this cam lock. It's going through the filter and everything. So far, no leaks. Went a little crazy with the blue stuff. But I have it's a 2-inch to a 2-inch reducer to a 1-inch. And then this is a 3/4 90. That's going to my water. This is going to be bleach right now. I just have that going into there because I'm just going to pump water when I test. So right now I just got to hook up the soap and see how this works. Alright, so the Hudson float valve works good. But the Hudson float valve cuts it off right at 35 gallons. For me to get it primed, I had to disconnect this fitting into the hose reel, get it going, shut it off, pop it back in. But now I'm not wide open on everything, but the other thing was my soap. I just had the soap going in here. It wouldn't pull at all. So I don't know if it was because had to run this length. I have all these hoses the same length, 86 inches. So I could probably cut them down. I have a slight restriction, I think, right here. I don't know if that's making it bubble a little bit. But I don't think I'm getting the distance I was getting before, so I'm gonna have to mess with it. See, it might be sucking air or something. It's holding pressure. I got no leaks. That was from before. It's a little windy, so I'm not able to get. That's my 0 tip. This is working great. So everything before the pump is great. No, everything before the tank is good. Good flow. I'm sitting at 1. It's only going through 1 valve right now. Actually, you know what? Just realized it's going through that. So let's I turned it so you have 5 and 5. Yeah, it's way better. So that's my issue. My issue was a cracked pentair valve. I'm just de-winterizing right now. I'll turn that off for a second. So I was having an issue. Damn, my fingernail is long. So as you can see, so I had an issue straight from when I first put the setup together. I tried everything. I did I put the hose out all the way. Thought maybe that was the reason. Did a bunch of other stuff. I even hooked up, I put this up higher because this was kinking. I'm gonna replace this with non-collapsible because it's kinking. I think from the suction. See how it's probably not noticeable when it comes to like the output, but if you see my other video, well, it's not my other video, I'm gonna put it to the same one here. So now it's off. Like, I just turned my pump off and I'm full. This line is totally full. Before, when I would let off the trigger, you would see it trickle down and it would leave an air bubble. Like, you'd see it fill back up, but like there would be an air bubble. And then when I hit the trigger, it would instantly just, once that air bubble hit the pump, I just lost prime. So that was annoying as hell because I would hit the trigger, have to let off, hit the trigger, have to let off. I did a relatively big job doing it that way. It worked. But I knew when I did that video that I'm going to post, I don't know, I'm going to just do it whatever, and I'll link it with this. But then I dropped my gun, so I have a poly gun, and it's a 1/2 inch to a 1/4. Fucking junk. So Home Depot, Lowe's, like, they don't carry stuff like that, so I had to hook it up with the brass. But yeah, I dropped my gun. I'm glad it happened now and not tomorrow when I'm gonna be on like a 4 or 5 hour job. So I just hit it with the brass for now. I'll get a better fitting. So, but this is like I'm like happy with that. It'll last for a while, but I greased this thing up. I gotta hit it a little more. So that valve is broken, so I bypassed it and just, you know, I made this my dedicated water. Before, this was my bleach. Like I said, I did a job, it worked, but I think it got worse. So that's why, like, I'm just getting ready for tomorrow, and it wouldn't prime. Super frustrating. Just wouldn't do anything. The second I hit the trigger, shoots out 20 feet and just goes to 5. So I found I did one valve at a time. I took this whole thing apart. As you see, there's only one bracket right now. But I took this whole thing apart, tightened everything back down. When I tightened this down, I heard it crack. So this is probably going to be the next one to go. But so this is just bypass the water. I mean, doesn't really matter because the valve would be on all the way anyway. So look, stays full. Everything's good. All right. See how crooked that is? See how straight that is? It's because I took it apart. I had to put it back together. I reused. That's how far in I went. This thing was out here, so I tightened everything up. I guess it was kind of frivolous because it was all because of the valve, but whatever.